A warm and pleasant greetings to everyone. Today, I, John Chur,
And I, Steve George, of the Department of Animation and Graphic Design of Rajagiri College of Management and Applied Sciences, Kakarad. Our guest for the day is a National Award winner, a director, animation filmmaker, designer, and much more. He is the creative director and founder of Studio Eeksaurus, Mumbai. Shri Suresh Eriyath. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
so today we have a few questions for you, if you don't mind answering us.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Thank you, sir. So, my first question to you is
Sure.
for many, art is an embedded part of the being. So, what exactly is art to you?
Art is an embedded part
The being.
of our being. Okay. So what does art mean to me? So art is an essential ingredient in my work. I see it as something that I get inspired from, something that I would apply, and something that I aspire to do every time. You know, what I produce, I feel should reflect an artistic quality. And what I also love to be among people who practice art, whether it is music, performance arts, arts as painting or drawing. I love to surround myself with such people. It gives me immense amount of joy, and that kind of reflects in my work, and that eventually becomes a piece of art by itself, I think.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for answering that. The second question is, do you have any tips for generating unique ideas on the client's commands?
For me, it's not just the client's commands that prompt me to come up with interesting takes. It's conversations on a daily level also that kind of trigger interesting forms. So when it comes from the clients, it just becomes hugely useful that I can twist and turn and find a form, or give them a take on my own take on what their ideas are. So it generally doesn't become like command in that sense. I find a lot of freedom within constraints. So it's not that um, somebody's demand becomes restrictive for me. I can really figure out freedom within constraints. It's probably my design education, but finding solutions to problems has become second nature.
That's a very beautiful insight to the answer. So, my next question is, will filmmaking ever evolve? And if so, what are some precautions, such as us who are heading into the industry, would be advised to give?
When as far as filmmaking is concerned,
Yeah, as it's gonna evolve, as it's already evolving, always will evolve, what are some precautions to keep us being updated?
there's something to be precautious about. It's a space that you're getting into to as an extension of your hobby. It's very important for you to ensure that you're doing something that you're enjoying. It's a must. If you're not enjoying, then you may not be able to add that extra zing to the work that you're doing, because you may be doing something mundane according to the instructions or the brief that you may be getting, but you may not be able to add that extra bit which gives it the soul, the work, the soul. If I enjoy it, then I would be able to do justice and give my 100% into it, and give a part of me into that work. So that is something that you need to ensure when you're moving into any field, whether it's film or engineering or any field. Is that a field that you would enjoy being in, and you would enjoy contributing into? So that to me is the most important thing. So it's very important to be focused. That is a caution that I would say. You can't be um, very blurry when you are working on something. And I think as a habit, as a student, if you are able to pay attention to every little bit of thing that you're doing, not in terms of study or something like that, but even like how you're interviewing me or how you're speaking with me, if there is enough conviction and focus into that, that goes a long way as a student. When you go out also, your dedication and your focus into what you're doing goes a really long way. And that makes a big difference, an impressionable difference in the way you're perceived by the outside. And you would be enjoying what you're doing. That's the most important
Thank you, sir.
thing.
That was a great answer. So my next question is, what is your take on creative or writers or artist block, and how do you handle it?
There are several ways people handle blocks. I think being inside, being trapped inside is one space where you may feel a block a lot more. And for me, traveling is really a thing that makes my blocks kind of get unblocked. Because when you are into something and you're facing a difficulty, you just are so close to it that you feel that you're kind of stuck, and then there's no way out. You get a feeling like that, and in many situations. But it's about a problem that you're into. Everything seems larger than life and reality. But the moment you step out, step aside, step away, and see things, and if you are able to travel a bit away, you would be able to see what you are attempting to do, and that the block that you were going through as something that is very easily kind of, you can just shed it, you can just shake it off, and that courage or a perspective you will get only when you are away from it. So I always feel traveling has helped me, and more you explore the world, more inspired you get, and that also helps you break those blocks. So I have problems of procrastination hugely. That preparing to do something, and in that process, just things getting delayed a lot. But nevertheless, you're not stopping thinking about it. The procrastination is something that happens you may be delayed in the process of doing something, but you are always thinking about it, and it is taking different shapes and forms in your mind. And that is another sort of problem that one has. One would get at some point, because when you are doing things without too much of thinking about how this is going to imply and stuff like that, you may be able to do a lot more. So that's one way people break procrastination also. Like, you just do it right now, rather than keeping it for later. You may do it better later, but do it now so that you're not mulling over it and not doing anything about it. So there are two things. One is block, one is procrastination. Is the other sort of a block in the sense that you don't get to doing it.
Thank you, sir. The next question is continuing from the other question of looking at it from a third perspective, peeking into your works from a third person view, critiquing it. What would you change your approach towards it, and how would you suggest us to look towards it?
How would I look at my own work? In fact, I don't really look at it critically or anything like that. Once a work is done, it's done and over. There is no point in me regretting over something that I've done as a creative piece of work, or harping about it forever. Both are not required. because I have new things to look at, and that is what I am more excited about. What is there in my hand today is what I want to like kind of do justice to. I'm excited by what is going on right now. I don't have time to think. I used to do that, but it is a drain of energy. It's a leak of energy leak. I don't want to like invest myself into that. And that's what I would suggest everyone. So if you're working on something, just do it and move on. If you've made some mistakes, you will not make it again. That's a good thing about sometimes doing a bad job. You know that's a mistake. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known that's a mistake. Right? That itself is a learning, and the learnings are always good.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so now we have a rapid fire round. Okay. You have to answer 5 little questions in short time. Okay. The first one. What's your biggest inspiration? Could be a person, could be anything. Your biggest inspiration.
I would say nature.
Nature. Second one. Your favorite jingle or slogan. Time is ticking.
What that comes to my mind is just do it.
By Nike. Yeah. Great one. Third question. If your life was an advertisement, what would be the tagline or slogan or jingle? A tricky one.
For me, it would be keep at it.
Keep at it.
Yeah. I just keep doing things in a sort of a manner where you don't take a break. You're just continuously doing it. So that is something that's given me a lot of energy. So I've been doing things non-stop since years now, and then I'm just trying to keep up the pace, and keeping at it is the way. I don't want to slow down.
Keep it. This one's a hard question.
Huh.
Tea or coffee?
Oh, tea any day.
Tea?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, I've seen you having a cup of
Coffee
tea.
only.
Yeah, in every behind the scenes video. I see.
Yeah.
I was wondering whether it was tea or
Yeah,
coffee.
it's all tea, but I've been having coffee.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You're a tea person.
Yeah.
Okay, the last question. Which one do you prefer, video or print media for advertising?
Video.
Obvious answer.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We had a great time with you. We are honored to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's the same feeling for me also. Thank you so much.